name's Chris Fisher. I play acoustic guitar. I've been playing acoustic guitar since I was about 15 years old. I started when I was a kid in band, and the only instrument available was the flute. And I started playing that for a while, and then when I became kind of a teenager around 14, 15, I realized I was never going to get any girls by playing the flute, so I switched to guitar and picked up an acoustic and taught myself how to play, and been playing ever since.
We've got the mastermind and put her together of this whole circus. Count Bennett. Not my monkeys in this circus.
My name's Cam Bennett. I play the bass in Revolving Doors, and I've been playing it for about 8 years now. I've always sort of had an idea that I would like to learn how to play the bass. Hanging around at school one day at break and talking to one of my fellow teachers, and he was telling me about the upcoming variety night, and I was saying, oh, I wish you'd let me know earlier. I've always wanted to play the bass. If I'd known a couple months ago, I would have joined you guys. And he's like, oh, we can teach you how to play bass in a week. So I went from never having picked up a bass guitar to playing on stage in about 10 days.
Here on lead guitar, lead vocals, on saxophone, Mr. Andrew Coombs.
I'm Andrew Coombs. I play guitar, lead guitar in the Revolving Doors band, and I've been playing guitar for the last 15 years, since I was about 10 years old. I chose to play the guitar because when I was about 10 years old, my mother wanted me to take piano lessons, and I didn't want to take piano lessons, so I asked her if I could take drum lessons. She didn't go for that, so we kind of compromised on the guitar, and I've been kind of playing the guitar off and on kind of ever since.
On the keys. Come on, you know who this is. Who is this? Chris Gillette.
I'm Chris, and I play piano-shaped object in the band, and I've been doing that since 1997. I think it goes all the way back to when I was a kid, and whenever I saw a piano, I liked to poke at it and play the keys. Started playing, and I liked it and enjoyed it. My brother was playing guitar at the time. He'd been doing so for about 2 years, and it really helped with his personality. A lot of people liked hanging out with him because, he's a guitar player, he's musical. All the girls would come around, and I was like, oh yeah, I could do this. Yeah, so we just kind of got into it as brothers, playing together and having a lot of fun.
Back here on the drum kit, this guy thinks he's too good for us, so he's moving to Brandon.
Hi, my name is Trevor Beals, and I'm the drummer for Revolving Doors. I chose to play the drums because when I was 13 and had an opportunity to pick an instrument, I just liked the physical nature of it, that I could pound on something. I like moving. I'm not one for sitting around, so that kind of intrigued me. And then when I was 14, when I was able to practice the drum set, then I knew that that was the instrument for me.
How about that Clifton Flat? He's so good he plays in two bands. Make it sound
My name is Clifton Flat, and I play guitar in Revolving Doors, and I've been playing for about 30 years. Well, at first I chose to play guitar. My dad was a guitar player. He would always put the guitar in my hands and show me some chords, and I just picked it up and I really enjoyed playing it. So I did that for a number of years, and while I was learning guitar, I would listen to music, and one day I was playing along with one of my favorite albums, and I just kind of started singing along with the singer. That sort of took the whole guitar playing to another level. Well, Revolving Doors is a group of guys that work in the education field.
We all taught originally in the same school.
These guys are teachers.
Some of us are youth support workers.
Counselors.
We really just wanted to produce a show for our students.
We just play all the hits, the songs you already know, and we play them well.
Guys who really like to play music, learning some new tunes, and going out and playing for people.
And it's the type of band where people go, oh, I know that song, and run out to the dance floor.
How's it going, man? It's all right. Long time no see you. Happy New Year's.
So my favorite part of playing with the guys is just being with the guys and playing music. I'm not able to do some of the other things that I used to be able to do, playing sports because of my concussion. So this has sort of filled a void in my life.
There's no real pressure.
Everybody knows you know, the songs that we're playing, so they connect in that way.
It's not really a high-pressure situation. We get to play the songs we want to play and how we play them. And each person in the band is a completely different musician, and we're all trying to do the same thing, but that doesn't really happen because the personalities come through. So it's a good opportunity to just play as you are, and it all comes together into what I think is a fairly unique sound.
Coming here and wasting all my time. 'Cause when you stay, you know it's so near. I kinda lose my mind.
The first year that we went on stage, there was myself and Trevor on the drums, and then we had Danny Christoph and Trevor Sitnick. I think it was really Trevor that sort of got things going. I didn't even realize that Beals played the drums, I don't think, until Trevor mentioned that.
When the idea came up to have some teachers play when I was a teacher at the DR, they were just asking around who had played the drums, and I hadn't played my drums for about 5 years or so. I said, hey, I play, I've got a kid I haven't played in a while. I volunteered, and we kind of put 3 or 4 guys together just to play at the first Friday night.
Ted was our singer, and I knew that Ted had sung in a band when he was in high school and everything, and so I was really interested in being part of that.
Just like the stuff that we do today, they were doing beforehand. They were doing classic rock numbers, just enjoying playing those songs.
I like to think of those 3 guys as sort of the founders as well. We'd love to have them back for a song or two, it'd be awesome. But that was a lot of fun playing with those guys. So tonight, Revolving Doors are playing a gig at the Watson Arts Centre. We're playing with our good friends, the Chris Barker Band. And we're just putting on a show for fun. It's the middle of June here. It's kind of a kickoff to summer. There's a lot of volunteers involved in tonight's gig as well, besides the 2 bands. Setting up the bar is a huge job. I've done that before at the Watson. We've got people selling tickets. There'll be raffles. We've got security coming tonight as well. So there's lots of sort of behind the scenes people that are involved with putting on a show like this.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game. Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game. She's walking.
So we're here at the Watson Arts Centre, and it's a really important part of this community. It is the hub for arts. So it's a really important place. There's a lot of people that will come here. We had an open mic the other night. I was astounded, to be honest, at the number of people that came and the amount of talent that there is.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game.
To me, there's such culture in this building, and the music is great. I've seen some great bands in here. It's just fun to be on a stage that like the Trues have been on and 5440 have been on, and you're sitting on that same stage playing with that same acoustic.
And it's great to have it often. It's just the right size. It seems to stay busy. There's always music going on here. There's always things happening.
This place in particular has a spot in my heart. It's just a fabulous venue. Every time I take the stage here, I really feel like I'm actually not in Dauphin. It feels like I'm somewhere else. I'm somewhere special.
While our audience definitely thinks that our music, they would take the diversity of our music simply because we have a little bit of something for everyone in our sets.
We play a lot of 60s, 70s, 80s, classic rock country. A lot of the song selections that the covers that we do come from some of the other members from Clifton Flat or Trevor Beals or Cam Bennett as well.
I always enjoy playing the blues stuff, the stuff where there's opportunities to stretch and improvise. Plus, blues only has 3 chords, so it's easy on my old memory to remember.
Well, one of my favorite songs with Revolving Doors has to be Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty. So on this song, I get to live out my Jimmy Page dreams and solo on the guitar. And so I just close my eyes. I don't even pay attention to what the other guys are doing. I go into this alternate reality and I'm just gone.
I really like them all. It's hard to pick a favorite, but I really enjoy playing Neil Young's Rockin' in the Free World. That was the song that I was talking about where they cheered for us. I've got that, we had that recorded. I pulled the audio off that, and more than once it comes up on my iPod. It just makes me smile when I hear people cheering.
I don't know if I have a particular favorite song. I always enjoy the newer ones, whatever kind of the newer ones we've learned.
Playing in this band, I think it keeps me centered. It's something to look forward to each week. We do rehearsals. Early on in my career, I would just play piano by myself wherever I could, often breaking into hotel lobbies and retirement communities to play the piano there. And if I was lucky, the manager would offer me a job instead of kicking me out. This was one of my first experiences playing with a group collectively, and I think that's what I really needed as a musician.
Playing with Revolving Doors is kind of, as a person, this is maybe the second band I've played in where I've been the youngest member of the band by a few years, and I enjoy playing with players who have played in many different styles and have been playing, listen to music that I don't listen to. So it kind of opens my ears up to styles of music that I maybe haven't played or listened to in the past. I also just get to interact and learn from people who are a little older than myself.
Playing in the Revolving Doors has definitely made me a better musician. Having that practice and having those songs and then playing up on stage, you really gotta know your stuff. And I find that before, when it was just sort of party music with the acoustic, there really wasn't the sharpness and the attention to detail. You feel obligated to know your line and know your role in that band, and so you really try to practice to make sure that your piece, your part is very crystal clear. In terms of a person, absolutely built confidence. As a teacher, you're already confident to begin with. This is just a different style of confidence. I never really had that in my music other than with small groups at parties, but now having larger audiences has definitely built that confidence up.
This overall experience for me, it's made me a better musician to begin with. I play in another band, and I typically just play an acoustic guitar in that band. But with this band, I've picked up the electric guitar. So I've really noticed how well my playing has come along since joining Revolving Doors. When you come to a show, you're getting a quality show. I think all of us, the more that we've played, we practice consistently, and we look for shows, and when we go out to do a show, we want people to be satisfied with what they're hearing. So as a person, it's just nice to be able to that connection piece, right? Because it's connecting through the whole process. First we connect as a band, and then we connect with music, and then we find a place that we can go and throw it out there and connect with people.
My favorite part of playing a band like this is that it's just fun. We joke about it all the time that we're kind of doing it just for ourselves. We just like playing. There's really not a lot of pressure. As a musician, it's made me realize that I really enjoy drumming. It's kind of like a happy place for me. As a person, I think those two are kind of go hand in hand for me. It's just one of my favorite places to be, sitting behind my drum kit. Playing when the guys come over and we jam at my house, it's just so much fun. It's something I really look forward to.
Well, this experience playing with the band, it's created a musician. I wasn't a musician before at all, so it's created a musician, and as a person, it's made me realize the work that's involved in being a musician, and I listen to music differently now. I hear things that I never heard before. We were looking at a Tom Petty song, or listening to it, trying to decide whether we were going to play it or not, and I was listening to it, and I've heard that song 100 times. I never heard that part before, so it's really opened my eyes, my ears, I guess you could say, opened my ears to all the different parts of the song.
She gets up and pours herself a strong one and stares out at the stars up in the sky. Another night, it's gonna be a long one. She draws a shade and hangs her head to cry. She wonders how it ever got this crazy. She thinks about a boy she knew in school. Did she get tired or did she just get lazy? She's so far gone she feels just like a fool.
I hope the legacy of this band is just people remembering the band, I guess, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 years from now, just as a bunch of guys that went out and had some fun, and oh yeah, I remember those guys, it was a great party band, and you know, they've just played for themselves, really, and that's all we do, is we go out there, we play for ourselves, we care about the audience, but we really just want to go out and have fun, and like I said before, if the people want to come along and have that ride with us, we're happy to have them.
Used to be